It's Australia's biggest gaming event with lots of fun stuff, both new and old. PAX Aus 2024. Day 1, and we're back again. It's such a welcome sight to see. This is the first year I've gone as a content creator with the badge and all. PAX as a whole is celebrating 20 years, and we got to celebrate the birthday with a whole bunch of giveaways, and in fact anyone who went to that got something in the end. They had set up a dodgeball arena, a well-known Australian indie game had set up shop in front of the cafe, which was now the Twitch Kappa Cafe, and I went and made my mark. No surprise to see Final Fantasy there again, as well as the usual smattering of cosplay and vendors all through the exhibition hall. And my favourite part of PAX, well, one of my favourites, the classic gaming, where this year I got to meet some of the people running it and some people I already knew, like Pat, who brought along some X68000 stuff. And it was also cool to see that the Fluro stormies had made some mates. There sure was a whole variety of panels you could go see, although this day I kind of felt like I spent most of my time just hanging about and seeing what's going on, like the esports happening in the queue hall where you could go and grab yourself a bite to eat and sit down. And speedrunning was happening all throughout the day into the night, so you can imagine how many games they knocked through during that time. And we've sped through day 1, so yeah, time to go off to bed and get ourselves ready for day 2. It's a short walk across the bridge for us for day 2 of PAX, which is the most busiest day of PAX, the Saturday. You can still get away from the crowds in the panels, where we went to one celebrating the 30th anniversary of the PlayStation 1. Not that the crowds could keep me away from the expo hall, and we started off in the tabletop section, where I also did a bit of live streaming with my bro. Is that a self-portrait of me? That was. Someone drew one of me. Maybe I should start rocking a crown. It is rather majestic. Like, I've already got the beard, I just need the crown now, and the intense look. Yeah. Something which I haven't done yet at PAX is play a bit of tabletop games, where I also found a squeaky Snorlax. There's a bunch of computers and consoles you can play on and enter into tournaments, and you can even BYOD. Gundam and so many other different franchises and places where you can go buy stuff. I spotted Lachlan and Chances rushing off to get to somewhere.
And then we've also got...
And if I wasn't off wandering around streaming at the time, I could have stopped off at one of these stalls and possibly got something for free. Plenty of Aussie indie games at PAX Rising. You could play the games while having a good old chat with the developers. There was also the winning entries in the Australian STEM Video Game Challenge. All of the games are made by students in years 3 to 12. Pretty cool to see all the independently made games from our corner of the globe. Not that it wasn't cool to see Sega here again with Sonic the Hedgehog. A few other big names were here, along with Ubisoft and some of their latest titles. And once again, I was drawn back into classic gaming, where there was a whole bunch of people enjoying various games from different decades, and definitely there was a few different decades of people enjoying the games as well. You could even play the games on the original CRT monitors, and even got to see some of the progression from the older systems to the newer systems, and systems you might have never seen before. As you can see, it's definitely one of the many highlights of PAX. And this year it was right next to all the action in the dodgeball arena. Oh, and hey, we found TeamPWR.
Power behind the doors, no pun intended.
Oh, that's a good pump fake. Got Mazza in the air.
Since it was such a nice day, we decided to go touch grass and hang out at the community meetup for BloodyDrongo and JonathanOng.
I'm here with the famous K-Man. Who just has to go off to his panel because he's hosting and presenting and disseminating information.
I wish, I'm just watching. Sure, I'll take that next year, maybe.
Well, MrKenisi next to you. Actually, he's got the latest tech. I don't even have that.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't even have a keytar. I wish I had.
Oh, well, this is 80s stuff.
80 stuff. Oh,
Yeah, you can definitely get 80s
I was
stuff.
born in the 80s, so surely I'm qualified.
You are. Yes, as qualified as me.
Nice.
You should buy it.
So off to that panel, which was a fireside chat with Josh Wire, the project lead of Portal 2, amongst many other great Valve games.
These two games are kind of getting old now. I mean, we're coming up on 20 years with Half-Life 2, but it's amazing to see so many people turn out for that, and I'm just really humbled to have you here, so thank you.
So, yeah, you can clap again. Why not?
The night was pushing on, but there was still plenty of panels and performances to see. And I also spied a few people just lounging around in the hall, be it on the beanbags or watching some more speedrunning. It's already the final day of PAX, believe it or not, and as we get ushered in through to the hall for everyone who's already got their badge, I went straight to the expo hall to find and try out some of the stuff that I haven't had a look at before yet. Computers sure do come quite skinny these days, and of course RGB. You gotta have plenty and plenty more RGB. I tried out some smooth graphics on this computer, not so smooth at driving, and every year I enjoy seeing this boot computer. Although imagine fitting something inside the tiny boot, maybe like a Raspberry Pi. I don't know, the big boot's already pretty jam-packed. Although as much as I love it, I do love this shark computer all the more. And there's even a baby shark.
Who comes to PAX for the Space Games? Pac-Man Nebula, Pac-Man Nebula, Pac-Man.
This was a pretty cool talk by a rocket scientist from the JPL sharing about the times that space technology and gaming have intersected, and a very valuable panel for streamers talking about looking after yourself and your community. I managed to catch the tail end of this wedding, a bit of Fortnite being played in the hall, a deconstructed laptop, all the rage. More cool cases on a Transformers theme with both the Autobots and Decepticons. A very ordinary looking case with rather pretty colours until you realise, hey, fancy some bubble tea anyone? Steam were here with a whole bunch of Steam decks which you could sit down and play. Is this a regular keyboard with tiny hands? Or did my tiny hands find a really small keyboard? And if your mind ain't already warped enough, here's a IRL pixelated Doom guy. No pixels required in the pinball section of the classic gaming. And I got drawn right back into having another look at the X68000, a excellent Japanese computer. If you were PC gaming around the year 2000, you'd want one of these 3D accelerator cards. And a whole pile of big box games with a nice collection of Elder Scrolls. This particular display case was labelled failed, terrible, and strange handhelds. You decide which one is which. A case that screams power from the mid-noughties that probably wouldn't look anywhere out of place anywhere else on the expo floor. And not far away, some more conventional PC cases and an IBM sitting next to a Vectrex. Some Amigas. I finally sat down and played this Sega early 80s desktop computer. And while I was playing it, I got to meet one of the other exhibitors who provided a lot of the computers here. Some good old split-screen Halo on an original Xbox, and some Point Blank. Then it's back out to the expo hall to try and have a go at beating the high score for a competition. So much fun, but like all things, it has to come to an end. How was PAX though? Well, I'll let these guys tell you.
I'm here with PastorSKAR, SheBrews, Toby's up there, Ken's up there, MrKenisi. We're all here at PAX. How's it been, guys?
Really good, really good.
Mad vouch. Yep. Scar's nodding, I'm nodding, SheBrews nodding, we're all nodding. Awesome. Sweet, guys.
And as always, my friends, gay love you, bye.
Yes.
And with a bit of the Base Invader, PAX Aus 2024 is over for another year. Bring on the next. And if you want to see a bit more of my weekend, check out my Melbourne trip vlog on my alt channel. Links below. I'd love it if you hit the like and subscribe as well. But most of all, thanks for watching.